Okay, let's see. Boop, 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 boop. So, hi everyone. My name is Sergeant Borchard. Uh, if you didn't know, I'm a United States soldier and E5 sergeant type. And this is my first video ever, so bear with me a little bit. That's really all I ask because I'm making this video, didn't know what my first like full-length video was gonna be. And as you hear my squeaky chair. Um, my first full video apparently is going to be me reacting to some it's actually this video right here. Well, how would that be? Yeah, that one down there that says 44,000 views as of today. Hasn't been around that long, and I was thinking at first like, man, this is getting a lot of traction. And then out of nowhere, the comments. As you can see, in this my dream build AR, it's almost finished. Man, were people just people at the end of the day. Um, we're gonna get into that. I'm gonna read some comments. There were even some that were popping up on my phone today. Let me know, hey, got a new comment on your video. And some of my other videos, if you can see this, the one that's really funny is the lightweight video, which is right before it, only got 164 views, which I think is kind of funny. But we'll watch the video. I'll play it for you, and then we'll see exactly what people are saying about it. Okay, so I'm going to click on the video now. Sorry if I keep looking up. I'm looking at myself. I'm new to this. Okay. Even though like I'm 33, I've been around technology for a while. Yeah, I'm getting used to it. But let's click on this video and let's see what happens.
So I've been gunsmithing, machining tools all over the place, and I sawed this off with a hacksaw. You can see these prongs right here. I sawed that off. I've been filing this down, also that I can use this A2 style quick disconnect suppressor host mount by Griffin Armament. Let me see. There we go. Clicks into place like that. Really solid, just barely wiggles. It's broken in a little bit. It's easier to take on and off now.
I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty nervous posting this, and I, of course, made it over and over and over again. Kept deleting and redrafting it over and over again. But I digress. You can hear the in my voice. So
Now, let me see if I can get this with one hand. It's a little tricky with my thumb. There we go. So you pull it up, this is called the gate lock style. It comes off like that. Standard suppressor threads that
shout out to Griffin Armament, by the way. They're the ones that make this gate lock adapter for suppressors using the it's like 1 by 0.375 thread pitch. I forget, but like I could be wrong. Um, but anyway, they make this gate lock style Griffin Armament. He says gate lock style adapter, so you can put it on theoretically any A2 style mil spec A2 style flash hider. I'll talk about that later and how like it's quirky. They even say it on their website. It may not work with every A2 flash hider because every manufacturer might be a little different. Um, let's finish the video real quick.
that the industry is going with. It's pretty awesome. I can't wait to get a Canon and actually shoot it and see how practical this is.
Okay, so that's the video. I know I paused it twice. So we're gonna get into the comments, and if we're lucky, someone will comment on the video as I'm filming this, as I'm recording it. But okay, so actually, you know what? I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna move over here. I feel like that's better because if I look down, it like looks like I'm looking at the video. So, anyways, um, so a disclaimer. I have been in the military for almost 8 years now. And I am by no means an expert. I will never claim to be an expert. I am just an avid um shooter, avid gun enthusiast, aspiring gunsmith. I've been doing a lot of reading, a lot of researching. I even applied to Sonoran Desert Institute. Shout out to Sonoran Desert Institute. I hate shout outs, but seriously, I started their program right before I PCS'd and came to my new duty station. So they're awesome to work with, especially if you're active duty military. They actually they're very understanding and very easy to work with, and I can't wait to continue learning from them. But anyways, so so um, as I was saying, I'm no way, shape, or form a expert. I'm just an enthusiast. I'm a some might call me a LARPer. Some might call me a pogue, if you know what that word means. There's just you know, you can call me whatever, and you're probably correct in it. I can say though, I've been a mechanic on and off. How many years has it been? At least 12 years. I've been a mechanic. I've worked on everything from aircraft to Class A trucks, big 18 wheelers, freaking light duty diesel trucks, motorcycles, cars. Just about, I think the only thing I really haven't worked on a lot, I mean, I've worked on lawnmowers. I haven't worked on boat motors that much, but you know, I'll probably get around to it once I buy a boat. But I've tinkered around with a lot of things. I've had to fabricate many a thing. Um, and I'll just kind of leave it there. If any of y'all want to know more about me, and my credentials, I mean, again, I'm just a humble dude, man. Like I'm just out here. I'm making videos, um, and I hope you can see that. Like we're just gonna have some fun reading these comments because man, some of them are like, I'm not gonna lie, man. Some of them they were zingers. They I was like, oh man, too bad I can't address that in person. But yeah, 72 comments. Ooh, I can't wait for it. If I remember right, there was only like one positive comment on this video, which is really funny. By the way, I never thought that this video would get to right now like 44,000 views, but it's because people are opinionated, and it's your God-given American right to express your opinion. And I want everybody to express their opinion. Don't hold back, man. Just because like you might come up as a little harsh and a little like oh, oh, like whatever. Like, hey man, it's all good. It's all good. So let's get into the comments. And as I read the comments, I will address them, maybe go into depth about this firearm that's in this video. I'll go into detail about why I built it, why I've actually been dreaming about this exact gun for the most part. Better on now, it's probably been about a year and a half, not 2 years. Can't exactly remember. I will address that uh, text that I got here in a minute, but let's go into this. Comments. Look at the comments. Barely wiggles. Barely wiggles. So yeah, I don't know if they're joking right there, saying like, huh, it barely wiggles, because I have been told I have a bit of a southern twang, a bit of an accent. So I don't know if he's making fun of my accent right there, like barely wiggles, or if he's laughing because it has some play in it. Um, I don't know. So let's see. Barely jiggles. Maybe I said jiggles. Sounds like the Titan sub guy talking about disregarding safety procedures. The Titan sub guy. Man, am I really that old? Titan sub. I don't know. Who knows? That was Greg. I don't get the reference, Greg, but I can dig it. Let's see. I've been gunsmithing machining, then mentions hacksaw. Hacksaw. Oh, and you know what's even crazier? This guy PW2319, he has a his profile picture, I recognize it. It's actually an old some people call it a propaganda piece of artwork from World War II. If I remember right, that is actually a combat engineer standing proudly. Uh and it's got, you know, like planes flying around or something like that. He's standing in the battlefield, something like that. So and I want to say he's like this. Anyway, yeah, I know that picture very well. I've seen it a lot of times. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna I'm no shit like staring at this comment, so I'm not reading any of the other ones. I'm trying not to read the other ones. I'm trying to react in real time. So I've been gunsmithing and machining, then mentions hacksaw. This one really tickles me because as my grandfather in World War II Battle of the Bulge veteran grandfather used to say, poor people have poor ways. And I can't help it if I don't have a 5, 10, $15,000 automated bandsaw to cut metal tubing, pipe, angle iron, rebar, whatever to length. Um, Sorry, I don't have that. I don't. I wish I had one. I wish I even had like a tabletop bandsaw. But I don't. I'm kind of living on a budget right now. Uh, in case you didn't know, active duty soldiers we don't get paid a whole lot. So if I can go the cheapest route, probably gonna do it. But I digress. And the word machining, I do know a lot of people are like, they're like, they don't like, I misuse that word. And I'll also say that right now too. I will address that. Apparently I shouldn't use the word machining. Hey, hey, y'all are right. Shouldn't use the word machining. Because I am not a machinist. I'm not a certified machinist. Haven't been to machining school. I don't know like too many schools that actually have machine shops or machine shop programs. Anyway, so yeah, gunsmithing, machining. And I am not a certified gunsmith either. Again, just an avid um gun enthusiast who likes learning about firearms technology, innovations in firearms technology, and firearms history. I like talking to um, professional, you know, shooters, whether they're military or they're like some competition shooter. Like I love firearms. What can I say? I really do. And I have a deep, passionate. You can say that however you want. Passionate, um, love affair with the AR-15 or the M4, M16, what have you. I particularly, was issued an M4A1 in the Army. Still have one issued to me to this day. So it's really something that I'm familiar with. I've had a lot of them break on me. Um, anyway, I digress. I'm rambling. So yeah, gunsmithing and machining, then mentions hacksaw. So ah, I get it, man. I get it. Yeah, 16 likes, Um, while I'm going through these, I mean, fuck it. I'll say I like them. Why not? Let's see the reply. What have you done to your own hardware other than you know attached things that people have built? You now attached things that other people have built. What have you? Okay, so that's another thing. I'll address this too. A lot of people don't like saying that they don't like the word built in the gun community for some god awful reason. Again, I wouldn't have thought that words would be so like critical. For instance, did you know that like um crescent wrenches are a brand of wrench? It's a brand of adjustable. A crescent wrench is a adjustable wrench made by the company Crescent. Some people don't know that. Or like vice grips, adjustable pliers. Like there's all this nomenclature out there that that some people get testy about. But if you say, "Hey, hand me the crescent wrench," I know exactly what the hell you're talking about. You're talking about an adjustable wrench that they make in multiple sizes. So if you have multiple adjustable wrenches, I might be like, about what size? The small, medium, or large? I don't know. So yeah, again, what have you done to your own hardware? I guess he's referring to my handguard that I bastardized, that I definitely didn't machine. I definitely didn't machine that. Just so we make that clear. Other than you know, see, like that word right there. It's no, but I think he meant to drop the K and type NOW. So drop the K. You now attach things that other people built. So I'm assuming he's referring to I'm buying individual parts and I'm assembling a firearm. Kind of like if you bought an engine block, some axles, some wheels, tires, transmission, a drive shaft, steering wheel, steering column, a hood, a trunk, a windshield, doors. Like you fully assemble a car. I think that's what they're kind of getting at right here. Um, Fuck it. You know what? Good on you. Little, like I said, I think that's a spelling error, or maybe I don't know grammar very well. Let's see. That was PW. Maybe that's POW. POW 2319. 8 days ago, 4 days ago. This got 7 likes. I respect trying to learn and do it on your own, but, comma, also, I wouldn't mess with stuff like that where high pressure and fast moving projectiles are involved. Also, just buy the Griffin taper mount or flash hider that mount is meant for. Let's read more. I've been running a Griffin heavy duty bolt carrier group for a long time, and it's amazing. Really great products from that company. He's not wrong. Shout out to Griffin Armament. They make amazing rifles, suppressors, um, muzzle devices. They make a whole host of products that are great. They're a great American company, and I believe they're owned by a military veteran and operated by military veterans. So, way to go, Griffin Armament. Love their products. I like a lot of their stuff. I wish I could buy all of it, but I can't. So I'm starting off with a adapter. By the way, guys, I'm also learning as I'm going. Like it's my own hard-earned money, and I'm a lot of the things that I do and that you'll see me do when I post videos and things. It's a learning experience for me. I might fuck up. I might have been hacksawing away and either cut into my hand, or I might have fucking measured it wrong or gotten the started off wrong. Who knows? Um, I just roll with it. Again, like you got to spend money to make money, and you can't learn anything without nowadays spending a little bit of money. Um, but yeah, so I'm just gonna go over this this comment one more time. True, I respect trying to learn and do your own thing, but I also wouldn't mess with stuff like that where high pressure and fast moving projectiles are involved. Okay, I think he's referring to the uh suppressor adapter right there, the hub adapter. I keep calling it a suppressive adapter. Most people will call it a hub adapter in the firearms sphere. That hub adapter did not fit at all before I started filing away on it. And yeah, I could like show you where it is, but if you go back and or maybe I'll play the video again. If you go back and look, there's a very shiny ring, a very fresh, almost, you know, metallic ring around one of the uh lugs. I'm not sure exactly what part of the flash hider you call that. But anyway, I had to file away at the flash hider, and I took my time because it would not slide in and lock. So I took out a small file set that I owned and I filed away on it till it made a very snug, solid fit. Um, yeah. So, anyways, it's a very, I would call it beefy piece of metal. Uh, I know that a lot of people think that there's a lot of pressure coming out of a barrel, and it is, but to be fair, it's 5.56. Shot a lot of it in my time. By the way, it's a 223 Wild chambering of that specific Faxon barrel. Um, like don't get me wrong, it's got a lot of pressure coming out of it, like a lot. Like if I'm shooting the right ammunition, I should be reaching roughly around 3,000 feet per second at the muzzle. Um, Yeah, I mean, like it's a pretty chunky piece of metal, and if the if the muzzle device, in this case a titanium A2 flash hider, um, doesn't blast and fall apart, I doubt that that large hub adapter is going to be fine. Again, I could be wrong, and I could start talking about blast deflectors, blast devices, and things that go on the end of muzzles. Um, Anyway, but yeah, also just buy a taper mount or a flash hider that mount is meant for. The reason why I didn't get a Griffin, um, I guess by mount he means the muzzle device, which could be either a flash hider, a muzzle brake, or a hybrid. Um, I'm assuming that's what he means by mount. Um, oh, I misread that. Yeah, taper mount or flash hider, that mount is meant for. Okay. Um, and I know what he's saying here because Griffin Armament makes specific muzzle devices that interface with this hub mount very, very easily. Again, the reason why I went with this flash hider is because it's made by V Systems and it's made out of titanium. This whole rifle, when I assembled it, did not build it. You're not going to get me this time saying the wrong words. When I assembled this rifle from many, many parts that I built, I was trying to see how high end of parts could I collect and assemble into a light yet still mil spec ish rifle that I don't have to make any compromises with, aside from my wallet. Um, Believe me, if I told you how much money I spent on this thing, you'd be like, "Oh, you wasted so much money." I'm learning. Um, I just felt like spending the money. Plus, I bought like every piece of this on Black Friday, so I actually saved quite a bit of money. But again, I digress. Whatever. But yeah, really great products. Yeah, awesome. Maybe one day I mean, I still think that the A2 flash hider is still like one of the best flash hider designs. My opinion. I'm probably wrong, but my opinion. Anyway, somebody replied to that. Let's see. Oh, Northeast Survive. He commented on it again. He's like me, he's going through all of these. I agree partially with what you said. I don't know what you're doing. Definitely don't fuck with that kind of stuff because you definitely could get hurt or worse. Um, those that don't have experience with it probably shouldn't just jump right into something like that. But hey, to each his own. Thank you, sir. I respect you too. Thanks. Personally, I have no problem admitting I do not have the skills nor I have the patience for something like that. No, I mean, I exactly. This is what I'm talking about. I agree, man. Yeah, 100%. Northeast Survival 911. Um, and I mean, hey, man, like, I feel like all of us in here, we're all just a bunch of people. There might even be women here. I don't know. I know a lot of women that are like pro Second Amendment and they love firearms. They like to go hunting, they like to shoot, all kinds of stuff. So, like, yeah, I mean, it is what it is, you know? Let's coming down. Baffle strikes in 3, 2, 1. And yeah, baffle strikes. If you don't get an alignment rod for a suppressor and you don't make sure that it's lined up accordingly, you can have baffle strikes. Um, yeah, no, you're 100% right. I forgot to like all these. Beep, beep, beep. Yeah. No, you're 100% right. I very well could just like get a suppressor, put it on there, get an alignment rod, and go. Well, gosh darn, it don't. It's not gonna fit. You're right. Shooting Sabbath 556. I believe that's an AR-15 in your profile picture. Even though I can't really make it out, looks like a pretty nice rifle, man. Let's see what the replies are. It's cool. He will just hacksaw the damaged pieces. I will. That's what the hacksaw's for. Yeah, but it'll be fine after that. Yeah, no, it will be fine after that. It'll buff out probably. It might. I might get injured doing it. I don't know. It won't be at work, man. It won't be while I'm on the job. Yeah. Matt BB2KV says gunsmithing, machining, and hacksaw. Yeah, no, that is what I said. That is what I said. Boop, 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 boop. Boo-doo-doo-doo. Here we go. If you're gonna thread a can onto the adapter, excuse me, that adapter, why not just thread it onto half by 28 and save some weight? That's a good, no, that's actually a good, that's a good question, actually. Because there's an argument to be made that direct thread suppressors are better than quick disconnect hub adapters. Um, I agree. If I was going to permanently thread on a suppressor and leave it like that, ideally that's what I would want. So two things that come to mind off the top of my head that I can recall when I was again coming up with this build is, excuse me, this assembly is yeah, I wanted to protect the end of the barrel. Instead of using a thread protector or just leaving the suppressor on there, I wanted to have like a flash hider of some kind. So if I need to grab it, use it, I wouldn't be worried about the end of it or later. I'd be like, no, it's fine. Again, the particular flash hider on there is a V7 titanium A2 style muzzle device. I want to say on their website they say it's not, they put in like bold letters, not a flash hider. It's a muzzle device that is in the style of an A2. I don't know why they put it like that. I mean, I looked at it. It's not mil spec, but it's pretty damn close. But again, and it's made out of titanium. If I remember right, it weighed less than an ounce. Very, very lightweight. Very lightweight. And actually, you know what? I'll save that comment for later. But yeah, so that's some of my thought on it. I think that, you know, you're saving, even though like to some people, like the length of a flash hider is not a lot. You have people that think that, like, for instance, this is a 16-inch barrel. Some people would say, well, why didn't you go with a 14.5 and just pin and weld it? Well, I mean, again, you get into the nitty gritty of the reason why I went with a 16-inch barrel is because one, NFA compliant. It's within the legal limit of length. It's the shortest legal length you can have, 16 inches without an SBR tax stamp, which is only $200, but it's not even the money at this point to me. Obviously, I don't, because I don't mind spending money if you can't tell. It's the wait time. This is a hobby of mine. I just didn't want to wait anyway. Yeah, so a lot of people would say 14.5 is shorter and it's better. An extra inch and a half on the barrel length wasn't a big deal to me. And an extra, I think it's about an inch once you thread it on. It's only about an inch longer after that. So it's about 17 inches from the breech face to the, or bolt face, all the way up to the flash hider. And when I put it in a bag, it's short enough for me to still put it in a bag. Now, if I added like a 4, 5, 6 inch long suppressor on top of that, it probably wouldn't still fit in my bag. And this way I'm not limited to how long I want to put a suppressor on there if I want to. But again, you're not wrong. You could just, again, I could unthread it, thread it back on. I just wanted to not have to use a thread cap protector for the barrel. I just wanted to, you know, torque on a muzzle device and call it good. So yeah, let's see. Luke Pippin 4781. Nobody in these comments has any respect for creativity and DIY. I think it's awesome. Of course, do be careful, but working on your own stuff is the most satisfying thing you can do. Okay, I'm going to be a little biased. I love this comment because the one thing I want people to get away from this video, if anyone's even watching this, there could be like 1, 2 people watching it. Oh, and I do want to thank everybody who subscribed to my channel. I've got over 100 followers already, and I thought my channel would be like just like about as quiet as that last few seconds was. Like no one would know about it. So I actually want to thank everybody um uh who subscribed to me. That's awesome. Uh I'm gonna make a lot of videos like this where I'm addressing comments, and because if there's anything I want on this channel, it's just discussion. That's my biggest thing I want. I want to have a dialogue. I want to have a discussion about all this stuff. Like I like talking about this stuff because I'm passionate about it. Anyway, so yeah, nobody in these comments has any respect for creativity and DIY. I'm a do-it-yourself guy. I work on all my trucks. I have a 2003 F-250. I've done all the maintenance on it. Again, I am a mechanic. I have a lot of experience working on machinery, engines, machines, like a lot of stuff. So I mean, like it is kind of my wheelhouse, as they say. But yeah, if I can do it myself, why wouldn't I do it myself? And I appreciate the comment, Luke. I appreciate all these comments, but like appreciate the positivity. Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. Let me give that a nice solid thumbs up. Let's see a reply. Oh, it's Northeast Survival 911. He strikes again. I agree with you completely. That's beautiful work. Clearly, that individual has talent for it. So many people are just sitting on it. I think maybe it's because their hardware doesn't look like that or do that. Oh, good Lord, this is long. Some people just don't have creativity or the drive to work on their own hardware. I try to do everything on my own weaponry. Awesome, dude. Fudge, yeah. I'm trying not to swear. My wife already knows. I swear too much. Um, like the 1911, for example. There's nothing that a gunsmith can do to a 1911 that I can't do. Dude, 1911 is one of my favorite pistols because it was my first one. It's a pair of 1911 double stack right before Remington went out of business. I love that pistol to death. I should make a video on it. Love that pistol. Uh, let's see. But yeah, good on you, man. Awesome. I wanted to make some changes to it, so I learned how to do it, and then I did it. Some people, though, they just see something that they have to shit on. I think maybe it's because their gear isn't nearly as bad as they don't have it in them to work on their own shit, and they're pissy because they pay hundreds of dollars to a gunsmith that makes you wait and you get your gun back when they get it done. I understand that entirely because that's how my relationship with like mechanics is. I work on my own stuff because I don't trust other mechanics. Now I know some mechanics personally that are my friends, and I'm like, yeah, dude, like come help me, or I'll pay you to do this because you're better at this area than I am. But I digress. People just took the time to educate themselves and bought a couple of tools they could do it themselves. And by the way, all the tools in this video that I'm doing this stuff with, it's very minimalist. It's very Harbor Freight. It's very cheap. But yeah, damn it. Thanks for positivity, and kudos to you for working on your own stuff, especially 1911s. It's a classic firearm. I don't think it's ever going to go out of style, and stuff like that. Could have just gotten a better handguard. So funny thing about a comment like that. I have a carbon fiber handguard that actually fit perfectly, so I wouldn't have had to do this with those prongs on the end of the handguard. But I wanted to make this handguard work because I already bought it. It's my handguard. I just want to see if it would work, man. So yeah, I agree though. I could have bought another handguard. This particular handguard, if I remember right, is over $200, which is even more reason why people be like, why would you cut it up? Because I bought it and I felt like it, man. And I wouldn't say I've ruined it. Definitely customized it. Um, but yeah, like let's see what people said. Or he could do it for free. Don't be scared to modify your shit to your needs. I mean, that's kind of the thought, man. That's kind of the thought. Another fucking left swing from Northeast Survival, 9/11. And I said fuck, and I didn't mean to say fuck. Fuck. I'll try not to say fuck anymore. Um, exactly. People are he said it, fucking lazy these days, and they don't want to learn, do anything. And then they piss and moan when they fork out hundreds of dollars and wait weeks, months for something they could have done in an hour or two. They're home for a fraction of the cost, from small investment of time learning how to. I do like the investment of time and learning because that's the whole point of this video. Um, you're you fucking hit the nail square on the head with your comment. Damn right. This dude's getting me pumped up. at first I thought he was being a little critical of me, which is fine. Critique away. But dude, Northeast Survival 9/11 kind of get me pumped up. Now that I think about it, do you have 9/11 at the end to kind of harken back to 1911? Or is it like 9/11 like the what should be a holiday in America? Uh Anyway, I don't know. Just thoughts. Let's see. I'd like to try it out for sure. Right on, brother. Actually, awesome. I need one. Okay. Um, have you thought about just putting a Surefire flash hider on there and really open up your options for QD? This is a good question because on my two other AR-15s that I assembled, I didn't build them, that I assembled, I actually used the the Surefire War Comp muzzle device, and it's an awesome muzzle device, man. I um I really like it, but one, it's really heavy for what it is. It's heavy duty. If you want a heavy, robust muzzle device, you could probably stab someone or stab them in the sternum and break their sternum, their sternum. Then go, dude. It's solid, and I don't know what kind of coating it is on there. If you read on their website, it's like a proprietary, I don't know, not ion infused finish, whatever it's called. It's solid. It just barely lightly scratches, and then you can like kind of rub it with a cloth, and the scratch goes away. I don't know. It's black magic. Um, but yeah, no, I have thought of that, and I am a fan of Surefire muzzle devices. I like them a lot. I have two on my other ones just because, if nothing else, I like pronged muzzle devices, except for the drawback of the length. I think that they're awesome. And there are some muzzle devices out there that are they're like 3 or 4 prong, but they're shorter. They're like micro prong, I guess is what you call them. Oh yeah, I remember this comment. That handguard from SOT, I have the same one on a 300 blackout built that I want to suppress, but was running into the same issue. How this work out for you? It so far, dude, it's worked out great. Thanks, Tanner. Um, and I put some information in here. It's about the type of handguard. It's a Fostech 16-inch light tungsten rail. I digress. Anyway, uh, let's see, sneak an auto sear in there. Yeah, no, I actually am considering putting in for a SBR slash machine gun, like multi-tack stamp. Uh, make this a multi-stamp gun. But yeah, I mean, I've thought about it, and I'm really considering it. Um, let's see. Let's see. John Doe SS2 and 7 days ago. Really don't understand the point of a gate lock unless you have to pin and weld a A2 birdcage, or you think that A2 is the best thing since sliced bread. I don't, but I really do like them. Otherwise, there is a plethora of better mounting options out there. So I agree. There are a lot of really good mounting options. They keep coming out with them. So I mean, like, I would hate to get stuck on one. So again, going back to why I chose an A2 birdcage flash hider. One, they're everywhere. Two, they've been around forever. Two, they're on every military rifle, just about. Every M16 and M4 has one on the end of it. So if you want to go in that apocalyptic zombie mode kind of thing, I could go for it. Or if I wanted to make every rifle in multiple calibers, even 9 millimeter, 7.62 by 51, 300 blackout, no matter what it is, there are A2 style bird cages for all those barrels and chamberings, and I could modify, not machine, modify the that particular A2 flash hider, and I could make it fit this adapter. That's my reasoning behind it, and I thought it was a very utilitarian, multifaceted option. But I mean, you're not wrong. There are a lot of mounting options out there, and bestly not so intrusive to where like the sliding action to the side of the handguard, like, because obviously the reason why I hacked that piece off, because I'm going to start saying hack. I've learned my lesson, guys. I'm not going to say machine anymore. I'm going to say I hacked it off because I used a hack saw. I'm a little slow. These things take time. Um, for me to understand. But I hacked that piece off because it was getting in the way of the gate lock feature. Obviously, if I would have gone with a shorter handguard, would have been better. I did not for that. I just said fuck it, and I just grabbed a hacksaw and started hacking away. Um, but no, good. You know, wait, I was about to like my own comment. That would be really stupid. Okay, dang, back at it again. And that's your opinion. You're entitled to that. Some people like to do their own thing. They're God, this is another long comment, bro. Most people, did you comment on every little thing? Uh, let's see. Most people, however, don't have it. And to do that, they're either buy their other stuff, spend hundreds of dollars. Wait, I feel like this is the same comment. I can't remember the last time a gunsmith worked on anything I have. Take the 1911, for example. I have several of them. Two of them have heavily modified by me. I would have spent easily over $1,000 having a gunsmith do it. God knows when I have got everything's entitled. And that's another thing. That's another thing, another topic for another video. I'll talk. I mean, I've got this list of this laundry list of things where I want to talk about in videos. Things like build quality, like you want if you want to buy a solid, well reputable firearm from a company, from a reputable company, like understand like Daniel Defense, uh, Bravo Company, like all those are great products. Adams Arms, like the list goes on. And if you want to buy a weapon from them, like, dude, do it. Like go for that. I personally, I like assembling, not building, assembling my own things. And I like learning from it. I believe that doing it yourself is the best teacher. It can get expensive, especially if you fuck it up and you have to call in a professional so that he can then show you where you went wrong. I've done that a lot in my life, but I find value in that. Um, so anyway, that looks like it's for sure going to carbon lock onto your muzzle device. Good luck getting it off. I don't know. That's how I emote that emoji. No, you're not wrong, dude. It could carbon lock. We'll find out whenever I start shooting it. Um, but we'll see. Uh, to be continued. Bruh, really? Trusting to run out of the birdcage to the barrel. Wait, what did you just say? Bruh, really trusting the run out of the birdcage to the barrel. I don't know, man. I don't know. Why am I having trouble understanding sentences now? Bruh, really trusting the run out of the birdcage to the barrel. Run out. I don't know. I don't know what he's trying to get at with that, but I like it all the same. Let's see. I just get a new handguard and proper muzzle glass for the QD mount. No, I mean, like, dude, like you're not wrong. Like that would have been the safer, less expensive, less labor, uh, mocking inducing option would have been that. If I just would have gone with a cookie cutter, like look at this Geisley upper handguard with the Surefire war comp with a Surefire RC3. Like, yeah, everybody would have been like, oh, that's sick, bro. And you're not wrong. Like, I actually would like if you don't feel comfortable doing your own stuff, don't do it. Go with a reputable company that makes quality products. Like I mean, I agree with you. I just again I like doing stuff myself. My God, just use a chemo on your suppressor. Won't be jank like this. Well, I'm glad to know you feel that way, brother. Um, Mr. Blanchard. But I don't think it's jank. I mean, I like it. I'm gonna shoot it here pretty soon. Hopefully, I can make a video of y'all showing me the first time I shoot it. But yeah, we'll see. Cut and clean nail. Cut and clean rail? Nail? Rail. Do you mean to say rail? I don't know. That sounds like an incomplete thought. I don't know. Yeah, I love Big Dong Led's I love that. I love that. It's from the B movie. Um, get something that don't wiggle if you don't want baffle strikes. So again, I very well could get baffle strikes, but as long as you use a alignment rod, and by the way, I use shims on this flash hider. So I didn't use a crush washer. So according to the experts, and it's sound advice, like should line up right. As long as I didn't get it all fugly whenever I was, again, trying to file away enough room to put it on there to make it mount. But sound advice. Right muzzle device would have probably been cheaper. It would have that titanium muzzle device is like $70 or $80. I can't remember the price off the top of my head, but it's a lot. A2 bird cage can be anywhere between $10, $15. This one's made out of titanium and it's like very, very, very light. And when you're jiggling it around in your hand, it feels like it like a 25-cent quarter, like it piece. Feels like a quarter, 25 cents. Like it doesn't feel like anything in your hand. Machining with a hacksaw. Ah, yes. I feel like I've already established that I should have used the word hacking with a hacksaw. You can't machine with a hacksaw. You can only machine with a machine. So sorry. Did you just forget to that thumb trip that thumbnail when you cut the rest? I think he meant trim that thumbnail. Again, a very understandable typing error, but I think kind of like how I don't use the word machining right. I don't think he used trip right. I think he meant trim thumbnail, and I do trim my thumbnails, by the way. I do trim them, but occasionally I let them grow out a little bit because it makes like popping Coke uh tabs on cans easier, and sometimes you got to scratch at things. I don't know. Eh. Machining is not cutting with a hacksaw. Dot dot dot. Well done. um I don't know if you have noticed, but I will use your emotes because I'm assuming that's the face you're making, so I'm just showing you what I think you're trying to express. You are right, as I just addressed in this comment a couple back, this one right here. You're right. I was hacking with a hacksaw, not machining, because you have to use a machine to machine. I used a hacksaw to hack. So you're on the right trail. You're smarter than me. Um, God damn, you did all that? I mean, I don't mean it as in wow, there's no way you did blah 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 blah. No, no, I mean, like, damn, dude, that's impressive. Very creative. You have any other videos showing the process or anything else you've done? I'm being very colorful with my expressions. Um, but yeah, I plan on making more videos talking about stuff I've done. Well, this, that, and the other. Let's see. Why not just use an actual muzzle device for a suppressor? I don't know if he actually would make that face or not, but anyway, this just looks like a few like after a few mags, it will cease up. I think he means seize up. Cease? Seize. Seize is SEIZE, or is it SIE? I before E, except after C. SIE, whatever. It's like SIEZE. That seize, as in it seizes up. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm a retard when it comes to as in slow. When it comes to grammar. But anyway, cease up with all the wiggle. That means there's space for carbon to build up, I suppose. Not It's very valid. Probably welded on in order to make barrel length requirements. No, I can understand your confusion there. It's not welded on. It's a 16-inch barrel with a titanium A2 flash iron. Let's see, hopefully it's an oversized can. I did plan on getting a 7.62 can, believe it or not. Even though now they make, was it 7 millimeter? They make like 6 millimeters, 7 millimeter, and 300 rated cans, like for 300 PRC, 300 Win Mag. They're huge and like it's a bit much for what I ever plan on shooting. But anyway, um, I low key want to start wearing my watch like that. He's probably referring to my watch, like the one I'm current. How's my camera doing that? So I wear my watch like this actually because when I'm laying in the prone, pulling security in the army, it's much easier when your rifle's like this to just glance down at your watch. Also, when you're driving, you can just look down at your wrist and you don't have to like let go. And anyway, it's it's just a thing I picked up from a lot of other service members, and I just started doing it. But I mean, it has some function. But I mean, it's also I guess you could also say like it looks cool. Um, but yeah, I low-key want to start wearing my watch like that. Don't. It's not comfortable or cool. So if you wear your watch, I never thought I would be talking about my watch like this. If you wear your watch loose enough, like this is very loose. When you go to turn your wrist, it if you wear it a little lower, not like on your actual wrist, it's not gonna hurt whenever you do that. Now, if I were to wear it very tight up here, yes, it would get in the way of my wrist and it would be very uncomfortable. But again, I wear it somewhat loose. I mean it jiggles a little bit, but it's kind of like my sleeves. I have them uncuffed right now because I was working on a car with a soldier. But anyway, um, let's see. This other guy agrees that it's uncomfortable. Agreed, it actually blows. Again, this is just a typical G-Shock. These cost about $40 at the PX. And by the way, if you're wondering why my background's blurry, it's just because like I thought it'd be better to focus on me, and the lighting in here is awful. This is an army barracks room, so bear with me. Uh, that edge not being square though, that's a good point. I wasn't done filing the edge to be square, but I am gonna work on that. Machining with a hacksaw and a file. Wow. Laugh out loud. Um, I was hacking and filing. Maybe one day I'll be able to own a actual machine shop. Maybe a lathe. That'd be nice. A lathe. A boy can dream. Moving right along. Nexus eradication. Gunsmithing and machining. Buddy, you cut a piece of metal with a hacksaw. Chill out. I mean, I was just doing something that I thought anybody could do. Not everyone can own a machine shop or $50,000 lathe. But no, for real though. I've seen people cut like in person, like cut barrels off with hacksaws. So it's not the most artisanal thing. Um, but it'll work. Not to mention it's that handguard is made out of an aluminum magnesium alloy that Fostech proprietarily manufactures, and yeah. Oh, and there's this one, the ATF's like or whatever that is supposed to be, where it's like ruling. Um, it's an adapter. It's a hub mount adapter. It's not an actual suppressor. You can order these through the mail through Griffin Armament. Shout out Griffin Armament. Um, but I see ultra pleb. Okay, I'm definitely getting too old. I don't know what pleb means. Man also has his watch on backwards like he's some sort of operator. I mean, I'm not an operator. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah. So, man, you're not wrong. Let's see. We all went through that phase, man. You'll look back in 2 years and cringe. You want a Criterion? Ooh, this guy's giving me a parts list. Fuck yeah. Okay, you want a Criterion barrel. Criterion makes good barrels. Voltor, Mer Upper. Not, I know Voltor. They make a lot of accessories, furniture, and stuff, but I don't know what anyway. Radian ADAC Lower. Oh, is that their ambidextrous one? That's a really cool lower. It's also like super expensive. Um, But I mean, it's worth the money if you have the money. Like, if you want to pay that money, by all means. Geisling Mark IV handguard, that's an awesome handguard. It's a little on the heavy side, which again, that's not what I was going for in this. But so there's that. SLR gas block. Okay. SLR rifle works. Yeah. Yeah. SLR rifle works. Great company. Psionic MP3 bolt carrier or Centurion Sandcutter bolt carrier. I actually have I bought two while they were in stock. I have why am I going blank on the manufacturer? I have a good bolt carrier group in it. When I can remember the company's name that I love so much. Forward Control Designs. I have a Forward Control Designs MP3 bolt carrier group in it, and I can't wait to shoot that sucker now. That was actually the last part I was waiting on to be in stock for me to fully assemble this gun. Geisley SDE trigger. I actually have a Geisley SSAE trigger in this. And it's awesome. It's like a 2.5 pound trigger pull. It's amazing. Radian SD charging handle. Geisley. Oh wait, I already said that. You'll thank me later. No, that's an excellent parts list, man. There's no better build. Not only will it function at half MOA, it'll look way better than that cheapy looking build and be 10% stronger. Fun fact, the upper and lower receiver and handguard is made by Fostech, and I said this kind of a bit earlier. It's made out of their magnesium aluminum alloy that's supposedly 3 times stronger than aluminum or something like that, and it's just as light, if not like lighter. Or maybe I have that backwards. It's like a third of the weight, and it's twice as it. I'd have to watch their videos again, but I was sold on the concept when I was like, okay, like awesome. Um, Let's see. But the industry survives off guys buying gimmick garbage. Actually, if I did a parts list breakdown on this rifle, it's not, I wouldn't call it gimmicky garbage. It's actually made from really good companies, just not the Knights Armament, Geisley-esque ones that most people know about. Or just buy a Radium Model 1 10.5 or 14.5 and call it a day. No, exactly. Like I said before, if you want to buy a already built out 2-spec rifle, go for it, man. I just like building my own shit. Um, those things are so heavy and overpriced. I mean, that kind of has a point. This rifle, while probably if I built it for someone, is overpriced, but this rifle was around 5.5 pounds. I think it was like 5.7 pounds when I weighed it, just the bare rifle, no optic or anything. So relatively light for a full 16-inch barreled rifle with full length handguard, and it's not a pencil profile barrel either. It's a fluted Faxon stainless steel barrel. Um, oh, I forgot. Oh, what am I doing? I'm missing all the thumbs ups. Uh, Nothing there seems practical. Each their own. Um, is is this true? He should be fired, and she shouldn't even be giving me up this kind of job anyway. Okay, I'm going to try to interpret that sentence. If this is true, he should be fired, and he shouldn't even be giving me up this kind of job anyway. I can't understand what you're getting at there, Enoch, but I feel like you're trying to give me some constructive criticism, so I'll take that as a like. Um, Kids got an ostrich claw for a thumbnail. Sorry, I didn't trim my nails soon enough. Be careful what you post. I'm assuming he's referring to, again, the hub adapter. It's not a suppressor. It's a hub adapter, and I'm not showing how to, like, necessarily install it. And on that note, if Brownells can show me how to install a barrel and a flash hider, I feel like I should be able to. And if YouTube wants to take this video down, okay, I'll just switch over to Rumble. Mom, bring me some meatloaf. I guess that's what he's saying. All right, cool. I mean, I get the humor. I hope, is that a South Park reference? South Park is one of my favorite shows ever, by the way. Oh, we're almost at the end. I feel like I'm acting fucking childish. My 3-year-old could make a straighter cut. Talented 3-year-old. That 3-year-old has a good future in the trades. Laugh my ass off. All right. Nice one, Brad. Brad's Heap or Brad Sheep? Brad She application? I don't know. I don't know what that means. Lamar says, bro, just buy another handguard. I actually have another one. It's a full length carbon fiber. It's a 15-inch carbon fiber handguard made by Smoke Composites. Amazing company. I'll do an overview of their stuff later. Because there's actually not a lot of information on any website or on even on YouTube, like people talking about their products. So I'm gonna kind of do a review and hopefully get to know the uh owner, and maybe I'll do an interview. I kind of want to interview the owner and just understand like their process and everything, but we'll see. Okay. So as a machinist, oh, I remember when I saw this one pop up on my phone. Okay. So as a machinist, I'm lost at how a hacksaw is a machinist tool specifically. Okay. I mean, it is a tool a machinist can use, but calling it a machinist specific tool is kind of pushing it. You're right. A machinist would use a hacksaw to hack something, not to machine it. I have addressed this in earlier comments, but you're right. So you get a thumbs up, buddy. He said he was machining. Then he said he used a hacksaw to cut one specific part. At no time did he claim it was a machinist tool. Even if he did, a second Google search would show you a hacksaw blade would fit both. I mean, if you look at a bandsaw, which is literally a gigantic hacksaw that sometimes, if it's a horizontal bandsaw that's automated, you can like press a button and it goes, it turns on and goes, cuts the metal and springs back up and shuts off. Or you can get like a tabletop vertical bandsaw that you like use in like carpentry. You can use that for metal too, depending on the type of bandsaw blade you have on there. It's basically a giant automated hacksaw. Um, at the end of the day. Um, I mean, let's continue. Would fit both the definition machinist tool and machine. Not only were you wrong about what he said, you were in such a hurry to put him down that you accomplished was making yourself look like an idiot. Please let everyone know where you work so they don't get. Dude, okay, that's going a bit far. Like, Gash Goblin, you devil, Gash Goblin. That sounds a bit naughty. I'm not gonna get into that. Man, that could implement so many things. Anyway, Gash Goblin. No, I mean, I if he's a machinist, I can understand the specificity there. I understand it. But Douglas, I get it. I get what you're saying too, which is like, hey, don't knock a person down just because whatever. Get it. Um, Reddit user 420. Oh, he must be a pot smoker. Barely wiggles. Listen, man, I understand you're proud, but don't shoot your eye out, kid. That's a reference to A Christmas Story, which is a classic Christmas movie. I hated watching it as a kid, side note, but when I became an adult, I appreciated the comedy gold that it is. Let's give that a nice little like. Uh, really solid and barely wiggles are conflicting statements. Okay, you kind of stumped me there. You defeated me. So when I said really solid, there was no play forward and rearward, or in the Air Force, you'd say like forward and aft, meaning afterburner, which is usually at the back of the plane. Um, so there was no forward or backward play. There was only rotational play, and it was minimal. Um, I would say that everything has tolerances, like bolts. That's why we have things like shims, washers. Even things like thread locker can like take play out of like threads. Um, but anyway, um, there whenever I was saying, there's some wiggle, there's a little play in it. I hope that it's not bad, but I mean, like, hey, if it just means I don't put a suppressor on it, then I don't put a suppressor on it. You don't have to have a suppressor to shoot a rifle. But anyways, that's the last like of the day. Holy shit, I actually got through all of them. What do you know? So yeah, I guess that's the end of this video, guys. I'm gonna stop it here and call my wife and see how she's doing, see how her day went. Yeah. Thanks for all the comments, and thank you all for yeah, watching it, liking it. It again today it was at 44,000 views. That is I just a few weeks ago I wouldn't have thought that a video that's like 1 minute long would come out like this, but 72 comments, 1.3 thousand likes, and a ton of views later, and here we are. Me sitting here talking about it. But anyway, guys, um, that's it for today. That's all I got. God bless y'all. You know, this is a weird time we're kind of living in. There's a lot of conflict going on in the world. Election year's coming up. Good God, a lot of drama there. Second Amendment rights. Um, yeah, it's always a war for our rights. But anyway, as good old Mike Jones, Daddy Grantham would say, go out there, get some training. Go watch a bunch of just keep watching YouTube videos, keep commenting. Not just on mine, on everybody's. I'm just a little tiny tadpole in the ocean of GunTube, and yeah, I'm just appreciative for y'all just dropping a comment or watching it or liking it. So, um, yeah, thanks for everything, and that's it. I'm gonna end the video here. Yeah, so y'all take it easy, and like I said, get some training.